Falcon fans, and of course, good old Atlanta Falcon fans. You already know what it is. You already know what it do. One time for the fan. We are back talking Falcons football. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. You already know what it takes. One time for the fan. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. First timers, hit that subscribe button. One time for the fan, what it do, y'all? Miss Carrie's in the building one time. And of course, T Will from my ATL Sports, one time for the fan here in the building. T Will's already pouring up. It's probably that tequila to get ready for this weekend. Falcon fans in the chat. Chat is live. Chat is lit. We're going to get to y'all in just a second. Miss Carrie, how is everything going on over there in Carrie world?
Good morning, y'all. Happy Falcons Friday. It's going good despite the circumstances, right? So, yeah. How are you guys doing?
Uh, I'm pretty much in the same boat where you are right now, Carrie. I just want to know who's the captain of the yacht. Big shout out to Big T
Oh,
Will here in
wow.
the chat or here on the podcast talking Falcons football. T Will, former ATL Sports, one time for the fan, man. How's everything going with you, bro?
Everything is going great, Jack. It's Friday. Looking forward to this Falcons game coming up. Looking forward to these dogs this weekend, man. Super excited. It's going to be a great sports weekend. I think we got Falcons, Braves, and dogs. I don't know that we have Hawks, but hey, man. All good. Unfortunately, the Dream were eliminated, but hey, they had a great season. Shout out to them. Super excited about this weekend, Jack. We get the opportunity to right the ship.
Mm.
And yeah, man, looking forward to it. So yeah.
Dream eliminated. Big shout out to the Atlantic Dream, WNBA. They had a impressive season, but just not. They didn't get a chance to do enough to get over, that playoff slump. But then again, they have another season coming up next year, and I'm sure they'll be back and stronger than ever. The Atlanta Braves, of course, as well. Late
Jack,
season win streak, kind of weird.
Jack,
Yeah.
how do you, man, they went on a what, 10 game win streak after they're eliminated from playoff contention? Like, that just sums it up. That just
Yeah.
sums it
It's
up.
That's
tough.
a
It's tough, but
microcosm of the Brave season right there.
Like, what?
yeah. But then
It
again,
really
for people who like to put money on games, some people bet on the 11th game of their win streak, and they end up losing against the
Oh
what was
wow.
it, the
Well,
Washington Nationals or
sounds a
something.
little personal there.
Yeah,
Just a
when
little
there's money
bit.
involved, it's a little personal. When there's money
Just
involved,
a little bit.
Falcon fans, you gotta hit that like, you gotta hit that share. First timers will go ahead and head over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're checking in from Facebook, go ahead and head over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. A lot of content creators here too as well in the chat. Falcon fans are lit. Chat is live. You already know what it is. Let's check out the fans in the stands. People have questions. We'll do our best to give you guys some answers. Anthony's in the chat first. He said, "What up? What it do? What's really good? One time for the fan, Falcons family. We got to keep our heads high and pray. T will and pray
I've been praying too. I'm with
Hey
you,
man,
Anthony. I'm
for a
with
better
you.
future."
It's
you
all
do
we
what
can
you
do.
gotta do, man. You do what you gotta do to get your team over the hole, man. So if it's prayers, it's prayers. Let's go. My
Hey,
mother was a preacher for many years, so let's go, man. Let's
uh,
go. Let's get
Anthony
this
said,
thing done.
"Until it's over, last week's loss will be this week's victory dance." So Anthony already starting off the chat, trying to get some fans excited about the big game on
Time to
Sunday.
name it
Yes,
and claim it.
I
the
love it,
big
Anthony. I love the energy.
game on Sunday. Falcons have to play the 2-1 Commanders coming to the Benz, and that fan base is ready. So I can tell you right now, we'll probably have an update for you too as well on this Jaden Daniels situation. It looks like Scary Terry, not this Terry, not this guy, but Scary Terry, and I think their running back might be out. But from what I heard from my Commanders friends, who's coming down making the trip this weekend, they said, "Oh, be prepared for Jaden Daniels." Matter of fact, they were talking smack. They were like, "The way we played last week, be prepared for the backup quarterback to even play this week too as well." So,
Right.
Mm.
Falcon fans, we got to get to that, and we will get to that. We won't spend too much time on it because we know it was a disappointing loss against the Carolina Panthers, but we do have to mention it here on the podcast so we can talk about the past to get to the future. Anthony's in
Mm.
the chat. Big shout out to Anthony. Smooth C's in the chat with one time for the one time. Big shout out to Smooth C.
Hi,
Jay Ball
Susie.
is also in the chat. Your favorite Panthers fan is here. had to pull up. Jay Balmer is back in the chat. Shout out to Jay. Now Jay's not like the Panther fans the other day that I was in here talking smack. Jay, he's like NFC South. You know,
Okay.
he's
Shout out to you, Jay.
he wants to hear, perspective from Bucks fans and Aints fans and Falcon fans, but he's been really respectful here in the chat. So we got to give a big shout out to J2 as well. Big shout
Shout
out to
out to him.
you.
Congratulations on the
Got
win.
your win, brother. You
I
got
can't
your
even
win, my
hate.
brother.
I can't even hate, honestly.
Right.
The Panthers have our number the last 2 games, so I can't even hate. Enjoy the
Right.
win.
Just to know that the past,
Hopefully,
3 times, Kerry, we played them, they almost scored up to 100 points altogether.
that's
That's wild.
disgusting.
Nasty work.
We got the no look touchdown pass, and we got the step over on my guy JB3 this game. It's just nasty work. I just want
It's tough.
to erase those 2 games from my memory, honestly.
It's tough. Well, I guarantee you by 10 o'clock, it will be erased from your memory because we'll be moving on to the Commanders. So only 17 minutes left. So Falcons fans, get those comments in about the Panthers game. Dwayne Ruffin is in the chat, checking in from the West Coast, the best coast.
Dig.
Dwayne Ruffin, man.
What up,
Dwayne is a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan, travels to a lot of the away games. And of course, the Falcons play in San Francisco, which is right over there up Deke Ruffin's alley. So be prepared to see Dwayne Ruffin probably at that game too as well. So big shout out to Dwayne. Smooth C is also in the chat too as well. Jack T. Will and Miss Carrie F. Baby. DSGB Hall's here in the chat too as well. DSGB Hall, big shout out to you, sir. Falcon fans, and of course, Falcon fans. DSGB Hall channeling his inner Jack Spade here. DSGB. So go ahead and get you a mic, get you a laptop, and you can be one time for the fan 2.0. You never know, DSGB Hall. So big shout out to you as well. Smooth Season in the chat. You said you like them Waterboy reels, huh? The Waterboys. Oh, the Waterboys be going at it, man. Let me tell you something, man. That show right there, they got a great show over there with B Rich and Playboy Trey. Matter of fact, we're gonna reach out to them, see if we can get them on over here. They've been in the chat before, talking Falcons football with the fans. But of course, podcasters, everybody's scheduled a little bit busy. Hopefully, we can get them on next week because we do have some special guests joining us during the bye week. Hopefully, we can get them on too as well. But big shout out to Trey. Big shout out to B Rich too as well. And Falcon fans, I see y'all frustrated already. I can already see these comments. Sterling Woods in the chat. What's going on, everyone? Shout out to Sterling Woods is in the chat. YMOF Jamal is in the chat. He said we need to go into this bye 2-2 and come out swinging after the bye. T Will, I'm with YMOF Jamal. You got to go into the bye 2-2 and come out swinging because T Will, you probably have an undefeated Bills team coming to the house right after the bye week. And Kerry, there's no cakewalk. Terry, there's no easy schedule, right? They can say that we're the 5th easiest schedule before the season starts, and we're the 7th easiest schedule. We're the 3rd easiest schedule. It's been like that in the past for Falcon fans when we look up and say, oh, y'all, we got the 2nd easiest schedule in the league. Yeah, until we play the games. Now we see that even after the disappointing loss against the Carolina Panthers, it does make it harder for us. It does make it tougher for Zach Robinson. It does make it tougher for Raheem Morris and the crew because you went up there and you goose-egged. Kerry, you goose-egged. T. Will, you laid an egg. How do you do that against little brother? We're not even going to say the Panthers. Against little brother. How do you go up there and let little brother beat on you like that? T. Will, you got brothers. How do you let this happen?
You beat yourself, Jack. Honestly, the Falcons should be 2-1 because they beat themselves. If you look at all of the numbers, right? If you look at all of the metrics, with the exception of time of possession, we had more yards than they did by 100 yards. We outgained them. We had the ball 11 times. They had it 9 times. If it was not for the turnovers and the ineptitude of the offense, we should win that game either 17-6 or 20-16. If again, just look at the numbers. We
it's
beat
crazy
ourselves.
though, T-Will. That same thing happened last year against Seattle. We lost that game by multiple scores, and if you look at the stats, we beat them on almost every stat on offense. So
yeah.
It's unfortunate we're seeing a repeat of that. We didn't get blown out and shut out against the Seahawks, but it was a multiple score loss, and it's just unfortunate.
Honestly,
I'm just gonna turn this light on, but just go ahead, T. Well, you got it.
All good. Berto's in the chat. Yo, great morning to you all. What up, Berto? How you doing,
Morning,
brother?
Berto. Also, D.A. Hunter.
We beat ourselves, man. We at bottom line, we beat. You cannot throw that first turnover. Now, the second one, I could see it's fourth down. You're down 20-0. You're trying to make a play. That's fine. But that first interception, you cannot make that throw. You have to know where that guy is. You have to make the right read. You're on the 10-yard line. You cannot do that. That took us out of the game. Of course, we had issues with the clock again. We had issues with timeouts again. We had issues with the headset again.
We
That
had
has to be
issues with
correct.
the special teams. We
Yeah,
had issues with players dropping passes. We had issues with the quarterback not making the passes. I
Mhm.
mean, to me, yes, it's easy to blame the quarterback, but to me, it's a bigger
I
issue.
think.
I feel like our guys did not come out ready and prepared.
Mhm.
Maybe they were feeling like the Panthers 0-2 are a slouch. I
yes,
really don't know because
yes,
they just looked. I mean, even the receivers. I think Mooney had two drops, but the thing is that just all the receivers looked like they were playing in slow motion. Like it just, no one had a sense of urgency. I don't
Right.
know. It was the special teams was atrocious, even outside of the kicker. I mean, it was just, man. I just feel like
I mean,
we didn't have these guys prepared to come out from the
I
jump.
I feel like we look
I mean,
past
we
them.
had.
I really do. I feel like we look past them. We said we got Washington next week. We got this in the bag. And we came out and played like that. We played lackadaisical. We played with no focus. We played with no attention to detail. It was just a bad effort by the team. We were outplayed. We were outcoached. We were outfoxed. We were out everything. And hopefully that does not happen again. That can't happen
See,
again.
well, at
Now,
one point, I think we were out fanned too as well. Looking at some of the
yeah,
pictures and videos from fans in the stands, people not getting up, making noise at one point because you don't know what this team is doing when you're down 20 something points. And my
yeah,
biggest problem was not just what was happening on the field, but what was happening off the field. Country went to the game and didn't cut my grass. And now I got the HOA
oh
all over me.
wow,
They sending me letters. They're sending
oh
me,
wow,
they want me to pay fines now. That's
Are you
my
oh
sure
biggest
about
problem is
that,
Country
Jack?
not cutting the
Because
grass.
I thought we were late to start the show because you were cutting country's grass. At least that's what I told
that's the
TJ
word
on
on
the
the
show
street.
earlier.
That's the word on the street, Jack. Word on the street.
That's why you had to be late this morning for breakfast for one time for the fans.
He said,
Oh,
by the way,
oh,
please,
hold on.
please,
Hold
please put
on. From
the rake up next time. He said you left the rake out. He said you gotta put it up next time.
Let's get away from football here. Carrie, you're one time for the fan. How would you Carrie, Carrie, we're gonna talk off air.
Oh, uh-oh.
Um,
I mean,
Uh-oh.
Carrie,
Jack, go ahead and
because
put
you
my
Uh-oh.
know,
name back. Go
Carrie,
ahead and put my name back on the
we're
screen.
pushing the
Please,
jokes toward Country, and then you throw the shot at your boy.
Oh,
You
wow.
know what I'm saying?
Jack,
Carrie's getting called to the
please,
principal's office.
please put my name back on the screen there because I made sure I changed it this morning back to 21 carry because
Oh,
no, I'm coming
okay.
for anybody's head this morning because
Okay.
we just got blown out and shut out. We didn't even make it past Carolina's 31-yard line. That is embarrassing.
That is
And
embarrassing.
I'm sorry, I'm coming. I got the smoke this morning. That was just completely unacceptable, to be honest. And I'm still upset that Tyler Algier had one carry and arguably
One
top three running back in the league
carry,
had 13 carries in a game when you're only down 10-0 at halftime. I mean, run the ball, man.
one carry
Just sick work,
for
man.
a
Yeah.
running back in this NFL is ridiculous. I don't care what team you play for.
Right.
How the hell do you game plan all week? I don't care what plays you're running with your scout team and you're out there at fly. I don't care where you are. Any NFL team. How do you sit there and look at your backup and say, "Hey man, we only gonna give you the ball one time this week, just once. So if you score, you might get it again. If you don't, you're not getting it again." How do you give the ball to Tyler one time and you know what Tyler can do? We
That
saw
was,
Tyler in that
yeah.
Vikings game.
That was
We saw
infuriating me,
it's
especially coming out of
embarrassing.
just especially after how dominant we were on the ground with the run game just 1 week prior. It just,
Right.
gosh, I'm hoping and praying, man, we get it together this Sunday because, like you guys said, you got to go 2-2 heading into that bye to get some momentum, get the guys, get the vibes up, get the, confidence better. And because you got a bye week and you got to prepare for those Buffalo Bills, which, like you said, they might be undefeated by the time they are undefeated, but they might still be undefeated by the time we play them.
Little
And
brother definitely smacked us in the mouth on Sunday. We did not expect it. A lot of the fans that made the trip, shout out to you fans that make the trip too as well to these games, because
yes, shout
it's
out to him
embarrassing
too.
when you can go to Minnesota and get a big win, Sunday night football in a hostile environment,
Right.
and then you go up to Little Brother Stadium. Tickets were like $1.50,
Stop.
and you get whooped. You didn't
I
get
know.
beat. You got whooped. There's no
Right.
way to
It should
look
be a
at it. I'm
wake up call,
sorry.
Jack. It should be a wake up call for sure. And if
It
it's
better
not a
be a
wake
wake
up
up call
call for
because
this
your next
coaching
three
staff and
games are
team,
against teams with winning records.
right. After after we play the Commanders who are 2-1, we got the Bills who are 3-0, and then we got the San Francisco 49ers who are 3-0, who by the
And
way are
let's
doing
keep
it
it
with Mac
real.
Jones.
Carrie, let's keep it real. This team, Washington, was a couple plays away from making it there.
Right.
This team that's playing up in Buffalo are damn near right now, the way the Chiefs are looking, they might be heading on to San Francisco in February. That
Right.
team is strong. And he got my fantasy quarterback, Josh Allen, too, as well.
Oh wow.
Big
Here
shout out
you
to my fantasy
go.
quarterback, Josh Allen.
Here
But
you go. But you did take an L this week. I don't want to
because let
skip
me tell you
that
something, I
back.
took an L in fantasy because one of y'all helped out T Will.
Wait,
I'm
no,
gonna
no, no,
find
no,
out who
That
it
was
nobody,
is.
me. I
no,
told him. I told him
nobody,
twice to do his
nobody helped
lineup.
out T. Will.
No, I got my
Nobody
private
helped out T.
investigator
Will.
checking up on this. T
Uh,
Will was 0-2. I was up
I was
50
not one
something
and two,
points on
sir.
T Will.
Excuse
What
me,
was
I
you?
was not
Wait,
0 and
hold on
2.
a
I am
second.
2 and 1. I am
I'm
2 and
sorry.
1, sir.
I
I'm
have
2
to
and
ask
1.
you, did T Will pull a Carolina Panthers on you, Jack?
He
No.
did.
Oh
He was
wow.
He
No, no,
did.
no,
0-2.
no.
Because
Wait,
I
wait,
had
wait.
T Will at the
Whoa,
last. You saw me
whoa,
talking. You saw me talking big shit
whoa,
in the fantasy chat.
whoa,
I was telling T
whoa,
Will, you got 2 players left that needs about 50 something points. Ain't no way in
whoa.
hell you finna get that. Sure enough, T Will said, I got David Montgomery and Gibbs from the
Sure
Lions.
did. Sure
And
did.
them jokers went crazy on the
They
Ravens.
went ham, egg, and cheese
Mm.
on that rat-a-tat-tat day, man. They
On
I
the
look.
hope and
sourdough bread.
pray. I'm not gonna lie. I was watching that game and I was just like, man, why can't that be Bijan and Tyler, man? Like, we
Hey,
need a
Wow.
game like that. We've never had a game like that. I think 2023 home opener against Carolina Panthers.
Oh,
That's the
I am
best.
1 and 2.
That's
I didn't.
that's the
I am 1 and 2. I
that's
didn't
the
realize.
closest I've seen to that. A dominant game like Montgomery and Gibbs had.
Hmm.
In prime time.
crazy.
I think that was the best game I've seen from Tyler and Bijan, where we used them both and to where they could be dominant like that. But
But Kerry,
Yeah,
don't forget,
I'd
you
like
do
to
have
take
the
a.
greatest running back in the league, from what Coach said. You only
No, no,
gave the
no,
ball
no.
to
We're
him
not. No,
13
no,
times.
no,
and
no,
you
no,
give
no.
them 13 points though. No,
No.
he didn't say
We're
run
not
up.
talking about Kerry this morning. We're not talking about Jack this morning. We're gonna give T. Will his due, okay? Because T. Will spanked that
Oh my
ass, okay?
gosh.
No,
Oh,
no,
here
no,
we
no, no,
go.
no, 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 no,
Oh my
no.
gosh.
Jack was all
No.
talking about how he's undefeated and it's going down. We're gonna give T. Will his props, okay? I'm just saying. And you know what? You know what? Berto, Kerry, you got it coming, okay? You got it coming. All right.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm coming for you. So, y'all are not gonna talk about me like
I
I'm the
have a feeling
Panther.
it had I have a feeling Bodie did something because
Bodie
Bodie
didn't
was
do
really
nothing.
heavy in the
Bodie didn't
chat
do
with, yo, T
nothing.
Will, you gotta beat
Bodie
Jack. You
can
gotta
get
beat
the
Jack.
smoke
I'm about to
too.
go back and check these messages and find out if Bodie was a part of T Will's plan to put these, because
Bodie didn't
T Will
do
was this.
nothing.
Hold on, Falcon fans. T Will was 0-2 in this fantasy league,
It
playing
doesn't
up against good
matter.
old Jack.
It's
That's
how
2
you
and 0. My
finish,
team
Jack.
is strong.
No,
And I kept seeing Terry make
your team
moves.
wasn't
Terry
strong
has
enough.
made this move. Terry has made this move. And I'm sitting there thinking, Terry ain't never made them moves in the first 2 weeks because he 0-2. How the hell?
Because
Okay,
he kept leaving his lineup without changing it. So I
that's
told
right.
him
I
it
finally
twice.
paid
Do your
attention.
lineup.
I finally paid attention. Okay. But you guys are going to give me the respect that's due, or I'm going to take it out of your fannies when we play.
Oh, T Will
Okay.
starting to curse now. Here we go, Falcon fans. It's
I did
getting
not
good.
curse.
Hey,
I'm working on my
that's a T Will
cussing.
cuss word. At your point, T Will, where you at? Fanny is like, hey, I'm gonna beat your fanny. Hey, Falcons, your fanny's on the line. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Anthony in the chat.
Oh,
A lot of
I'm just
content creators in the
saying.
chat too as well. 95 North's here.
I'm just saying. Y'all ain't going to
I'm
talk
with
about
you,
me like I'm
Anthony.
not here.
I'm
Okay.
with you, Anthony. No, seriously. And that's the coach's job to make sure his players are prepared and not take any team as a slouch. Like you need to go 1-0 every week mentality, and you can't be just thinking like this team sucks. They're 0-2. They're in your division. You want to go 0-2 in your division?
my thing is, and I talked about this the other day on the podcast, when I'm talking to Falcon fans and they tell me, like, I'm a super positive Falcon fan. Like, I always think I'm kind of like with Eric Parker. When I'm like, man, we're gonna win this game. We're gonna win this game. We're gonna win this game. But I was talking to some Falcon fans the other day at the clubhouse before we went to go play golf, and this Falcon fan turned to me, older gentleman, probably in his 60s. He turns to me and I say, hey, man, we're gonna beat the Panthers tomorrow, man. Just watch. And he turns to me and says, we better beat the Panthers. He said, we're not the Chiefs. We're not the Eagles out here. This is the team where you don't know what you're getting every Sunday. And that's what I'm sure when he went into that, following day, because I talked to him on Saturday, game was Sunday, he probably sat there and thought about it and said, I just told this Falcon fan yesterday about this game. Because I was telling him back and forth. We was going back and forth. Hey, man, I don't understand what you're saying. How we better win, and we got to hope and pray we win. But I think this team is really good this year. We just beat the Vikings. Now we're going to head up to Carolina and keep this win streak going. And we come out and we lay a goose egg. Now, Falcon fans, one time for the fan, you already know it's from the fan for the fan. We're not going to spend all day talking about little brother, right?
Right.
Little brother, they smacked us in the mouth. It happened. We got to move forward. And like people are saying in the chat, you got to learn from your mistakes. You learn from
Right.
your mistakes. You learn from that beating. And T, well, you know how back in the day, you get a beating like that. You come home bloody, and your nose bloody, and your mouth all swollen up and busted up. You ain't finna go get whooped like that again, right? You got to go back and do something.
It's
But you
all
can't
about
go
how you
back.
respond, Jack.
It's about how
And
you respond.
yeah, and
And we
that's
got
going
some
to be
fans in the
very
chat that
telling
supporting us.
about this Falcons team, honestly, how they respond on Sunday. That'll tell me everything I need to know,
Right. Right. And there's a lot of
honestly.
Falcon fans in the chat here talking about the game from the Falcons versus Little Brother. Also, coming up, T Will, the Falcons versus the Commanders. Now, let's go ahead and get to it because we already know what Little Brother did. We're going to get to some fans in the stands because they're over here talking Falcons football. It's going down in a major way. One time for the fan, always from the fan, for the fan. Breakfast with one time for the fan. Of course, we're live every Friday, 9:30 or so. And it's just Falcon fans talking Falcons football on a Falcons Friday. You cannot beat that. Falcons just tweeted out Sunday dialed in. So we will see if they are dialed in come Sunday. I do think they're going to be ready to go. Carrie, I know you have to run. If you want to go ahead and get your shout outs in real quick. By the time you get back, this ain't going to be no 3-hour podcast. We're going to be done.
I was
But
hoping
Carrie,
you'd still be on, but it's all good now.
well, Carrie, you're a big part of One Time for the Fan, and we definitely appreciate every single thing, every single minute that you spend with us here at One Time. So please, give your shout outs. I'm sure you're probably going to call out some members of the Falcons with some shout outs too. But
No, I'm
Carrie,
I'm
your
I'm gonna
platform, do your thing.
no, I'm gonna try to keep it all right. Keep it level headed. Honestly, I do want to shout out one person specifically though, and that is Ray McLeod. He came out the quote yesterday and said, "When you lose 30-0, the mindset better switch. Everybody's job is on the line. Urgency better kick in, or nobody is going to be here." And you know what? You just got blown out by the 0-2 Panthers, one of the worst ranked defenses in the league. After coming off a really good win on the road in Minnesota in prime time, that's the right mentality I want the players to have this week. So I'm really hoping Ray's mentality is getting through to the other players because I didn't hear the coaches say that. And didn't even hear my guy, I'm BP Carey. I didn't even hear Penix say that.
Mm,
So I truly appreciate the honesty and the transparency, and I think that is the right mindset to have. Like, you just saw Ike get fired, so nobody is safe right now. We need to win. Like, that was unacceptable with the weapons we have on offense to lay an egg like that, like you mentioned. So my thing is, I'm hoping that all our players have that mentality heading into this Sunday's game. Whether Jaden Daniels plays, he says he's good, but I mean, if I were them, I'd rest him because you just scored 40 plus points with Mariota at quarterback, and you're going against a team that got shut out against a bad team. So to me, rest him and play Mariota, and hopefully, I mean, I'm praying, like someone said in the chat, I believe that was Anthony said, pray for a win. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, root for this team till the end of time and hope and pray that they feel like Ray and they feel like come out swinging and they have a point to prove and they want to get back on track because, yeah, you can't go 1-3 heading into the bye before you face the Buffalo Bills. So, Yeah, my thing is get this win. Put that loss behind you and try to go 1-0 this week. Honestly, you need to go 1-0 this week, and you cannot, absolutely cannot, let Dan Quinn and Marcus Mariota come in the Benz in your house and let them beat you. I mean, I don't even care if it's a competitive game. Like, to me, this feels like a must-win game. So that's all I have. Shout out to you, Jack. Shout out to you, T. Will. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I appreciate you all for joining us. And unfortunately, I can't stay the whole show, but I hope everyone has a great day, and let's get this win on Sunday.
Let's go, Carrie. Rise
Thanks,
up. We will
Terry.
talk to you later.
Rise
Thank you,
up.
sir.
Have a good one.
Bye. Thank you.
Falcon fans, you hear what Kerry said, what Ray McLeod said. People's jobs on the line. Of course, Koo recently no longer here with us, and Ike Hilliard no longer here with us. I just got a text from Eric Parker. He said he can take care of the grass better than Country, so Country's out of a job too as well. So as you can
Wow.
see, on and off the
Oh,
field, Falcon fans,
wow. Oh,
um, you know how it is. Content creators are in the chat. We got my boy Berto. Let me tell you something. 95 North NIL Berto. He's here in the chat talking Falcons football. Big shout out to you, Berto. Please head over to his channel, give him a like, share, and subscribe to as well if you've never heard about Berto. And we got the OG, we got the GOAT in here. We got Smitty Sports Machine
Smitty,
over here too as
Smitty,
well, saying
30K.
oh my God, Smitty is out here just doing the damn thing when it comes to being that Falcons podcaster, that content creator that you want to listen to, that you want to hear. So big shout to Smitty Sports Machine and the crew. Y'all doing big things over there, man. I told you, T Will, we gotta start doing more, some more dancing or more something electric to get the fans going. Uncle Steve got the whole man cave thing set up. Uncle Steve looked like he's in the damn locker room doing the podcast. So big shout out to
Uncle
Uncle
Steve
Steve.
looked like he about to drop a track.
Right.
Uncle
Right.
Steve looked like he's like, my office hours are 9 to 5. What? Hang him over the
Right.
window. My
You
office
got
hours are
Christy
9
Lewis
to
in the
5.
chat too as well. Make sure you guys head over to Christy Lewis. I believe she's with Ladybirds too as well,
Christy.
AFN. So please head over to Christy Lewis's podcast too as well and give it a like, share, and subscribe. We
What up,
got April
Christy?
Thomas in the chat too as well over here.
Ronnie Thomas,
Let's see what the fans are talking about in the chat. I think
still a
95 North
better
said
dancer than you, Ron. You have 2 left feet. Just
sheesh.
saying.
1 and 2 unacceptable as well. 95 North. DA Hunter. Big
Birdo.
shot. DA Hunter in the chat. He
What
said
up,
Zach
DA?
has no creative plays designed for our talent, but apparently Zach Robinson feels like, oh, he's got the greatest playbook in the world. But we will find out. At this point, just pull the Kyle Shanahan, say you lost the book bag, and then we'll all forget about it. Remember that T. Will back in the Super Bowl when he lost the book bag and he couldn't
I
find
think
it?
that was intentional, Jack. I do. I think Kyle did that because he knows Belichick is a cheater. And I think it was and I'm gonna tell you why. Again, conspiracy theorists unite. Y'all know I'm a conspiracy theorist. The Patriots were lost in the sauce in that first half. Why? Because they had the wrong playbook, right? I think that was intentional. Kyle was like, I know what y'all do. But anyway, whatever. You know
Dirty
how
Bird
it is.
Central's in the chat. He said, everyone relax. Let me tell you something, Dirty Bird Central. You
Relax.
know me as a Falcon fan. For those in the chat that don't know me as a Falcon fan, I am a guy who understands the ins and outs of football. I know that you're not going to win every game. You're going to lose a couple games. You're going to get smacked in the mouth once or twice. I mean, you guys seen some games over the weekend where I'm sure you were probably surprised to see, damn, this team lost to this team. Damn, this team got beat bad like this team. But guess what? There's always another week. I was talking to, my son's football team the other day. Same thing. They played a team 2 weeks ago where they started out, it was 7-0, pick six on the first play. Pick six on the first play. And I don't know what that other team did. I don't know what Powerade they were drinking, but it definitely wasn't ours in the second half because that team came out on fire and got the damn job done to where the score was, I think, 28-18 or so at the end. And it's like, you see the kids walking off the field and they got their head down, they're feeling a certain type of way. That was the B team that they were playing against from the other squad. Now this weekend, they're playing the A team. They're playing the number one team in the division. And it's first place versus third place. And I told these guys all week this at practice, there's always another week. There's always another game. There's always another practice. You just got to lock in. mentally, physically, you got to lock in. So most of them walking off the field feeling a certain type of way. That's the same way the Falcons were feeling up in Carolina when they were walking off the field and got to look at their families and the fans and people's up there like, what are y'all doing? We drove from out here. Mateo, big shout out to Mateo, flew in from Missouri for the game. A lot of fans made the trip to Carolina because why? We thought it was going to be a dubski. We really said, hey, this is a dub. I saw fans, hey, I ain't gonna say who it was. I saw fans making bets to little brother and their fan base about the game, right? So now you see where we're at, sitting at 1-2. The next 3 teams coming in, make no joke about it. They are a powerhouse team coming in. You have the Washington Commanders, which we saw them last year. We've lost to the Commanders the past 3 times. We have to beat the Commanders on Sunday. Following that, you go into a bye week. Okay, let's just say you go 2-2. All right, we're feeling good. Who do we got next coming out the bye week? Holy crap. We got the team that's literally on the brink of making it to a Super Bowl the past couple of years with Josh Allen. And now they're bringing their Bills Mafia over into the Benz. And I've been hearing it. A1 can tell you, we've been hearing about it. There's a lot of Bills fans that's going to be in there. There is a lot of Bills fans that's going to be in there. Remember last year with the Steeler game when fans were selling their tickets to make a little dollar? Remember last year with the Cowboys to make a little money? Remember last year with the Chiefs Sunday night? Hey man, the Chiefs coming in, they're the champion. We got to get these tickets sold. That's the same way they're doing it for the Bills. And let me tell you something about the Bills, man. They're starting to become the Steelers. They're starting to become the Packers with the fan base. They will pay. They will pay to see Josh Allen. And
why do you sound like you're advertising for it, Jack?
I'm just saying
they
that,
will
like,
pay.
I want to see the
they
fans
will pay
do it.
real money.
I don't want to see the fans do it, but I know these Falcon fans are like, hey man, you know, my PSL costs this and my season ticket money costs this, and
hey,
I can make a quick $75 for gas this week.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Power's going up, gas is going up. Look, I'm not advocating. I'm just saying I understand. I'm not
don't
advocating.
sell your tickets to them Saints fans. Please, Lord,
Please
don't sell them tickets to them Saints.
Sell them to a Falcons fan.
And that's the thing about it. They don't want to sell to a Falcon fan because a lot of times Falcon fans feel like, hey, we know you because we're part of the fan base. We can lowball you. Right? How much you have the tickets for online? $275? Man, I give you $150. Bro, they're $275 online. Bro, I give you $130. Because you know how it is when it comes to the Falcon fan base. Everybody got to come in there and be fly. They got to be flashy. They don't want to stand up on third down. You feel what I'm saying? Like my boy Miles said it. Week 1, we live and lit in the bins. This is where you're needed, Falcon fans. I think it was DJ Shockley or somebody else that mentioned it on their podcast or their Falcon podcast. Falcon fans, we need you Sunday. This is the moment where you walk in the Benz. This is your second home game. This is your second home game. You
Jack,
can't have Commander fans. What's up, T-Will?
I got a question for you. And it's a question I want you to think about it.
Shout out Lil C in the chat.
Little C, what's up, man? Jay Black says, troublemaker T-Will is in full effect. Hey, man, I got to do what I got to do.
Right.
Do you think the Falcon fans have more confidence or self-esteem regarding their team? Do you think the Falcons fans have more confidence or more self-esteem?
I've seen this fan base for quite some time. I'm going to have to go with self-esteem on this one.
I disagree completely.
Falcon fans, they give up on they're already giving up on their team.
Which is why I say they have confidence. Self-esteem to me is consistent, right? Okay, we lost whatever, but we are who we are. We have a sense of self. Confidence is conditional, right? And I think because of our past in certain situations, a lot of our Falcon fans don't have self-esteem when it comes to the Falcons. They don't. They have confidence because that can wane. That can change. They don't have self-esteem. And I bring it up because if they did, you wouldn't see them sell tickets. You wouldn't see that, right? First thing, and again, look, I'm speaking the truth. I'm not coming from, I love my Falcons. I love my Falcons fans, but we got to be honest.
I love them too, man.
As soon as we start to lose, you know what it is.
I just told y'all, them tickets,
right.
They start calling all their homies from DC. Y'all coming down this weekend.
Right.
Y'all coming down this weekend.
Right. And it is because, right, of two things. Number one, when you've been, and I don't want to say an abusive relationship, but when you've gone through certain things, you have trauma. And to those of you who don't think, if you are especially us old heads, if you don't think you got trauma, I got another thing for
And
you,
I hate
bro.
to say it, but trauma has followed us for some years
Yes,
here in
yes,
Atlanta.
yes, yes.
But
And with trauma comes things like triggers, right? And so you come out here, you're doing well, then you go to Carolina, you lay an egg, and some folks are triggered. And what's the first thing they do? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and sell my tickets. Oh, they're gonna same old Falcons. It's like being in an abusive relationship, right? With somebody who cheated. I'll never do it again. Okay, well, why you come in at 10 o'clock?
right.
Well, because whatever, it's a trigger, whether it's true or not, right? So all I'm saying is, Falcon fans, hey man, sell to a Falcon fan if you can. I understand, I get it. PTSD is real,
When you
but hey
got
man,
fans from other cities coming to pay, oh man, the tickets are $375, man. They were $150 last week. Falcon fans online, they don't care who buy them damn tickets. Because when you sell them tickets on Ticketmaster, they don't care who bought it. They just made they
yeah.
$250. They just made they $150. They just made they $130. But if I got to go into a group of Falcon fans and say, hey y'all, I'm selling 2 tickets, man, for $250, the first 5 messages I'm going to get is, bro, I got 100. What do you mean you got 100? Hey, bro, we've been Facebook friends for about 7 years, and I feel as though this is my first game. You know, I really like to just give you this 100. Just to lock it in, and I'll give you the 60 next week. What do you mean 60? It's 275.
Right.
Yeah, bro, but check this out. This team is 1-2. And that's how the Falcon fans are sometimes. But I will say this. You have fans like Eric Parker, fans like myself, fans like Anthony, fans like DA, fans that believe, right? And they're not just calling out just, like any particular fan. There are fans in this fan base that believe that we are going to beat the Commanders. And I'm one of those fans. I strongly believe that after you get smacked in the mouth like that, you have to respond. And
That's
you
true.
go out there and you respond the correct way by beating the Commanders. After that, you're going to have to do something to go beat those Buffalo Bills. And then you have to go do something to beat the 49ers. But the season doesn't get any easier after that. The Colts right now are 3-0. Seattle, who just won last night, you got to play them. They're 2-1. Arizona, who damn near came back in the fourth quarter, you have to play them in Arizona. You still got to play the Panthers again, and you have to play the Bucs again. So I'm telling you right now, Falcon fans, don't give up. Right? You can't give up in week 3, week 4. That's why it's a long season. Now, if there was 5 weeks in an NFL season, that's a different story. Hey man, we got 2 weeks left. We're 1-2. It's not looking good. But we have a long time to get this right. I know what fans are talking about too in the chat because his name was mentioned a few times. T-Will will spend a couple minutes on it. Zach Robinson and the play calling. I saw it last night with the Arizona Cardinals trying to their best to get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. Of course, Trey McBride is a breakout tight end right here in this league. Of course, they got the ball to him. But Kyler Murray looks like he was lost too as well. And he's been in this game longer than Penix, right? Even for their offensive coordinator. For some of these teams that we saw over the weekend that lost just like the Falcons. Some days you have a rough day at work. T-Will, you might go into work today where it's not the same like it was yesterday. And that's how it was for the Falcons. They went into work last week against the Minnesota Vikings, and they felt good walking out of there.
They weren't prepared.
They wasn't prepared going into the game against Little Brother. And now you have to respond. Good thing about it is this team knows the Commanders very well, regardless if they're not in our division. They know each other very well. Raheem's boy is right over there on the other side. And, I'm sure after the game, Raheem going to be like, what's up, Quinn? What's up, big dog? What's up, big dog? You know how Raheem is. He's a friendly guy. But Falcon fans, that's why I play golf. Because we get situations like the Falcons-Panthers on Sunday. When I saw that last touchdown, I said my homeboy, I said, what time is tea time? I said, I'll be out there 20 minutes early. My homeboy said, I'm already on the way. I was like, bro, tea time in for another hour. He said, bro, let me tell you something. This is a Falcon fan. My boy said, bro, the game's done. It's over. And you know how hard it is just to listen to that and agree? Because now I'm telling my homeboy in the house, I'm over there at my partner house, and I'm like, look, Mike, look, check this out. Bro, all we got to do is score here, get the ball back. We're going to score again. We're going to be down 6. We're going to do – holy shit, he gets through a pick. They get scored again.
Yeah, it was bad, man.
It was bad.
There
But
was
guess
no.
what, T. Will? What did we do? And we did this for the Vikings game to go up against the Panthers.
Mhm.
What did we do right against the Panthers that we can use to go beat the Commanders? And of course, what was the
Uh,
mistakes that we need to learn from to go beat the Commanders? Because this team just put up a 40 burger, a 40-piece lemon pepper
well,
with a backup.
defense played well.
Okay.
I know we gave up 30 points, but look, I don't count that touchdown where they got the ball on the 20. I definitely don't count the touchdown that Penix threw to them. So if you take those, that's 14 points, right? 30 from 14 is what, 16? Probably should have won this game. Defense played well enough to win. Offense was inept. They were all over the place. They didn't know what they wanted to do. Kickers kicking curveballs, which you could blame that on the wind. So,
Oh my gosh. We're not even going to get to that.
yeah.
We're not
Well,
even going to get to that.
that's
It's
the
almost
win,
40
though.
something minutes into the podcast. And now we have, oh my God, we have another kicking competition battle going into week 1.
Oh, wow.
Bruh.
Gotta love our beloved Falcons, man. Look it. But in all seriousness, that ball literally broke about 50 feet. Like that thing got up in the wind and it pushed it. There's
Bro, my
nothing you
homie
can
in
do
row
about it.
7 said he caught it. I said, you're in row 7.
Probably did. Wouldn't surprise me, right? Probably did. But bottom line is our offense has to be better. We were running the ball successfully. We should have continued that. I think if we do, number one, you probably don't have the turnovers. Number two, it probably is 20-16, 17-16 Falcons. We outgained them by 100 yards. I'll say that again. We outgained them by 100 yards. We outgained them by possessions. We had the ball 11 times. They had it 9 times. We beat ourselves. So, again, old African proverb, if the enemy within can be conquered, the external enemy has no chance. Meaning, don't beat yourself.
This man is using old African proverbs to help this
Man, look don't beat yourself. Do not beat yourself. And number two, you don't take any team for granted. You have to prepare. Second thing is, Jack, this is a very young team. This is a young team on defense. You got a lot of rookies. You got some young guys on offense. Our quarterback is a rookie. The lesson to be learned here is you have to prepare for everyone because on any given Sunday, any team can beat you. And beat us, they did. So the good thing is, or the silver lining is, this happened early in the season as opposed to late. Hopefully, we will learn from this. And everybody has something to learn. Number one, Zach Robinson. We cannot be that repetitive that 8-year-olds can call you out when you're in certain formations. They know what you're going to do. When you're up and you got the quarterback under center, you're running the ball. When you're in shotgun, you're passing it. When you're in pistol, you're running the ball. You cannot be that repetitive. I need you to go back to the drawing board. We got to at least mix it up a little bit. We got to do that. We got to be better about that. That's first and foremost and paramount. Special teams, I don't know what the hell happened. We got to be better this week.
The
to
sad
be
part
better.
about it is you beat the Vikings, T. Will. Agree or disagree? You beat the Vikings, T. Will, on all 3 levels. Offense, defense, and special teams.
You did,
and
but
you go
beat
to the
the
Panthers
Vikings.
and you lose on all 3 levels.
Right,
Offense,
but you-
defense, and special teams.
You beat a Vikings team basically with a rookie who
In
clearly
a hostile environment.
hostile environment or not, you beat a Vikings team with a rookie. Now you did hang in there against the Bucks. Okay, I'll give you that, but you got to come out and dominate this game. You cannot leave it up for grabs. Washington is coming to your house, and you got to let them know right away it ain't gonna be there. It's gonna be a long day. You got 2 choices with this Falcons team: nothing and like it. Pick one, because we're gonna kick your what. That's what you got to be on.
I'm guessing what would be Fanny, and Fanny is your.
There you go, Fanny, patootie, behind, rear end, donkey hooter, whatever you want.
Commanders, we're gonna kick your ass, man. I'm gonna tell you straight up.
There you go. There you go.
I don't know what T will talk about with this damn censorship shit, man. We ain't sponsored or nothing. Ain't nobody giving nothing. We ain't on no damn
$8 signs.
You finna fucking kick their ass. I'm gonna let
That's
you know
right. We're gonna kick your $8 signs, buddy.
Let's go. And
right.
T will, as soon as he ends the podcast, he's gonna say, Jack and those cuss words. I'm going to have a conversation with him about that.
No. Hey, now, let me tell you something, bro.
Now, T Will's not like that, Falcon fan. He's not like that.
I've said enough curse words for the both of us.
Right.
That's just a personal thing with me. But hey, man, look, I in no way can I judge anybody, man. So do your thing, Jack. I'm not trying to stop you, man. Keeping on, brother. Because
Falcon fans.
sometimes you got to make the point, right?
Right. Falcon fans, we got a couple more minutes left here before we get up out of here. So we want to definitely find out where y'all checking in from. So if you're watching this podcast right now, if you're going to watch it later, if you're listening to this podcast now, if you're going to listen later, Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast, where are you checking in from? Where are you listening to the podcast right now from? Where are you watching the podcast from? There's some people in Atlanta. We know we got some people out there on the West Coast. We got some people in Tennessee right now. Shout out to our boy Tuna, who's out there in New Zealand.
Tuna and
Shout
New
out to our
Zealand.
boy Tuna, who's out there in New Zealand.
What up, Tuna?
Falcon fans are everywhere. And I don't know what time it is over there, but he's probably taking care of some things. But anytime you see Tuna in the chat, he is checking in from New Zealand. So Falcon fans, go ahead and rep where you're checking in from. If you're a season ticket holder, go ahead and drop your section in the chat. If you're going to the game Sunday, what section are you going to be in? So we let fans know. You never know. You might see your Falcon brother or sister in the chat like, hey, I'm in section 201. Hey, I'm in section 201. What row you in? I'm in row 3. I'm in row 3. What seat are you in? I'm in 14. I'm in 14 too. They sold us the same damn ticket. We need to go talk to guest services about that. No, I'm just playing. But
Jack, we got to do the Spider-Man. We got to do the Spider-Man. Like,
right.
No, like.
Oh, that's right. Wait, T Will, no, you point. No, you point to me. Point.
Right.
No, other way. No, T Will. There you go. Yes, but God damn it, T Will.
I'm trying to. We got to work on this. We've been off kilter lately. We got to work on this. We got to work it out. Johnson's from Northern Nevada. What up,
yeah.
Hey, what's the weather outlook? What's the climate out there? I know that Phoenix is a dry climate. What's the climate like there out in Northern Nevada? And Uncle Steve disagrees with me. What up, Uncle Steve? Hey, first and foremost, man, I love Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve, and we've been on podcasts, where we're talking around like the panel where there's other people talking. Steve, we got this bye week coming up, man. We hit you up, man. If we can get you on one day, if we have to talk to your agent, just give us the number. We can send some emails over. Carrie can get on it today. We want to make sure you got the time. Also,
he's a celebrity.
You can sign autographs for the fans after the show.
That
would be great too, as well.
He's a celebrity.
Right, we'll get the line going.
Remember how he dissed us at that practice game when it was like peasants? I'll see you guys.
Almost ran over my foot. Who is that? Who is that little guy down there? Who is that guy? Yo, Uncle Steve.
Oh wow, it's cold.
Uncle Johnson says he hopped out the truck. Big boy truck too. Remember that T Will? Big boy truck too.
Oh, hey man, Uncle. Let me tell you something. Uncle Steve lives very well, sir. That is all I would say. Hey, Uncle Steve says, disagree with you, T. Will. The loss to a rookie stuff in the Vikings win is ridiculous. We won, period. He didn't include the T. Sunday, not that there's a T in it, but you know how the young folks are like, period. So, just saying. Sunday.
What did it say? You clocking the T? Is that what it is?
I guess I am clocking the T.
I mean, your kids do that? Have your kids ever came up to you and said, "Are you clocking the T?" Is that what it is?
No, they've never said that.
I don't understand this.
They clown me for trying to be young. They clown me for stuff like that.
Bro,
they do.
I don't get it now. This lingo is just getting out of hand. I know.
It's getting way out of hand.
Some of the YNs use these other lingos and they go into these NBA young boy shows. But somebody hit me with some, you don't know about the CFMWAOZA. They were I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, bro, you don't know that shit? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Bro, if you texted with the young person, they do acronyms for everything. It's
or they can send emojis to explain their stuff. Like, how was your day? Emoji. Like, what the? Can we talk?
Can we talk? Can we speak English? Uncle
Jay Black checking in from Sandy Springs, man. Jay Black got his own money. When I tell you, Jay Black got his own money. Jay Black
got his own money. Uncle Steve says Sunday doesn't need to be dominant. It just needs to be a win. Stop points means 0. I hear you, Uncle Steve. I got it. Let's see. Jack says, T. Will and Jack, do you think how we beat the Vikings has made teams view us as a consistent threat earlier than what we were prepared for? Good question, Jack. Thoughts?
No.
Yeah,
I think somebody just said it right here. Who is it? Was it Sterling Woods or who is it? Oh, here it is. 82 Monte Carlo. Teams feel like they can't lose against us. Some teams right now is in the locker room like, oh, we play the Falcons. That's a dub.
Are they calling us the get right team again?
Bro, we're not that bad. We're not there yet. We're not there.
Man.
I can tell you this right now. You have to go out there and beat the Commanders. Bro, you know how fast we can turn to 1-5? Like, do you know how fast we can turn to 1-5?
Yeah.
Like, fans need to understand this. Like, I'm a diehard season ticket holder. I'm a PSL holder. I go to all these games. I love it. I travel left and right. You see the fans in the chat. You know my positivity. But that game Sunday, I haven't seen little brother beat up on us like that. I haven't seen a team beat us like that since, man, I want to go back. That Seattle game a couple years ago was bad. But that Cowboys game with Matt Ryan a couple years ago in Dallas was bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad. Even the Broncos game last year, you guys smacked in the mouth. But a couple games you can remember back in the past, but the Falcons are not like this. Something on some level just threw us off. There was something going on that this team did not respond well after having a big win against the Minnesota Vikings, a team that you had trouble with the past couple years beating on the road and at home. And I'm very, very upset that the Falcons laid a goose egg against this team. Because little brother at one point they wasn't even able to reach you when they tried to punch you. Little brother was little brother. They were in diapers. And you let little brother grow up and put a licking on you.
Well,
and
my little brother's 6'2", so you know, I get it. You guys don't.
You talking about E?
Yeah.
Hold on.
He's 6'2".
Yo, E.
Oh wow.
You can listen to the podcast for a minute.
Wow.
Matter of fact, just go around the back. I left a cooler for you with some water.
Oh wow, he's gonna get you for that later, Jack. He's gonna get you for that later. Hey, Carlos says my mom stays in Sandy Springs. I need to come home. Come on home, brother. Albert Molina is new to the show, Jack. He says, fellas, new to the channel. I'm selling the Falcon fan insurance package. Heart attack prevention pills, house damage repairs, and sports counseling. Amen.
I'll take a sports counseling session from you, Alberto. I'll take the sports counseling.
Amen. I got my own heart pills. Yeah, I'll take the sports counseling.
But Alberto, check this. Now that you're new to the podcast, T Will for my ATL Sports, check out his podcast too as well. You got Berto in here, 95 North Falcons, Smitty, Uncle Steve, a lot of content creators in here. If you check in from time to time, you'll see a lot more too as well. People's on their own time, of course, Friday morning, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, people's everywhere. But I can tell you right now, we're a positive group of Falcon fans, right? T Will, you awake? T Will? Okay, I just want.
I'm here. I'm right here, brother.
I didn't know, T Will. You know, I didn't know T Will gets hit one of these on you.
No, I got like 8 screens going on. So I was looking up at the screen above this one.
You're looking at 285. What's it looking like on 75 North?
On 75 North, Jack, it's bumper to bumper. There's traffic everywhere. And hey, guys, smoke them if you got them because you're not getting anywhere for a long time. Jack, back to you. Okay.
Hey, look, Alberto, we're a diehard group of Falcon fans. Kerry, Bodie, myself, T. Will. We talk Falcons in a positive way. We're always going to say the team is, doing good things because we do believe that they are doing good things. We don't want to hear about a bad week at practice, right? We don't want to hear about people yelling and arguing in the locker room and all that stuff. Even though it's football and these type of things happen, it's a business. We bring the positive side out of, what is going on at Flowery Branch. And it's disappointing when you have losses like Sunday because you have to find a way to bounce back against a strong team. Some people get into the chat and say any given Sunday, look at the Browns, they beat the Packers. Look at the Lions, they beat the Ravens. Look at the Chiefs, they're now bouncing back. Look at the Giants, they thought they were going to be strong and they're bad. I can say this, Falcon fans, I'm always going to believe in this team. I will never give up on this team. I don't care how old I am. I don't care what day of the week it is. I don't care what time of the hour of the day. I will never give up on this team. I love talking Falcons football with everybody. So big shout out to Alberto, who's new to this channel. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button whenever you get time to do that. And thank you for being here at One Time for the Fan. We do giveaways too as well. I believe we have a giveaway coming up for the bye week. Mateo just won a Falcons hat. We posted the information on the IG page. We said, Falcon fans, send us a Falcon picture. Send us you in your Falcons gear at a game, in the car. I don't care where it is. If you have a Falcon picture that you want to submit to our giveaway, go ahead and send over to us. and fans were just sending pictures left and right. We had to pick the best picture. I myself chose Mateo, who was in a Deadpool type of Falcon outfit. And when you show up to a game dressed as Deadpool, I'm a Marvel guy. You're the fucking winner. Straight up. You're the winner. There he is right there. I'm not saying all fair. Now you finna go get your Spider-Man, your Iron Man, your Iron Man suit and all that. I ain't saying do all that. But Mateo he's a Falcon fan, and he's been here for a while. Look at my boy T Will. He already knows what it is, man. For my ATL movies too, as well with T Will. But big shout out to Berto. Welcome to One Time for the Fan. Sunday nights at 8, Wednesday nights at 8. Even my sister's dog just pulled up, and now she wants to listen to the podcast. What's up, Brandywine? You all right? You good, Brandywine? It's a damn Shih Tzu. He just damn dog is looking at me like,
I love Shih Tzus, man.
You talking about Falcons Commanders again? I want to hear this. Shout out to everybody that's here talking Falcons football. Breakfast with One Time for the Fan every Friday morning. Jamal Hill's in the chat. He said CKT in the chat. CKT. What location? Where's CKT at? Where's that? I know we got Sandy Springs in here checking in. We got Nevada checking in. We got the West Coast checking in. Where is CKT, T. Will?
I have no idea.
Can you pull it up on your Doppler radar and see if we can get that?
I don't know what the acronym means, brother. So you got me there, man. You got me there, buddy.
Okay. Jonte Rosier says Panther fans and content creators already saying they will be fighting with the Bucks for the division. T. Will, do you want to respond to Jonte Rosier?
Jamel says Clarkston. I hear you, Clarkston.
Okay.
I hear that.
Okay.
No, I mean, look, it's a long season, right? It is a long season. So we are 1-2 right now. It's not how you start; it's how you finish.
That's right.
Let's take it one game at a time. Let's take care of Washington, and then let's go into the bye. Let's get healthy, and let's come back and, see if we can't win one of those 2 games against Buffalo and or San Francisco and keep it going. Ronnie Thomas says Somerville. Jay says, somebody better tell Zach Robinson Ja Morant is the king of pistol. So stop.
Oh, my God.
That deserves a wow. That deserves a wow. Yeah. Hey, man. From way downtown. From way downtown. I can dig it. That wasn't off glass. That was nothing but net. That was beautiful, Jay.
Somerville, Georgia in the house too as well. It's good to see fans checking in from where they're repping, where they're from, where they're at. Because One Time for the Fan, once again, is from the fan, for the fan. Breakfast with One Time for the Fan. Just Falcon fans talking Falcons football on a Falcons Friday. We enjoy this. I hope that you all enjoy this. Went over some things here today. Little brother, smacking us in the mouth. But guess what? We'll be right back to it next time we play them. I'm sure we'll be definitely prepared for that team up there, up 85 North. Also, the kicking competition battle, we did sign another kicker this week. T. Will, we just want to take a couple minutes about that. Chat, you can go ahead and chime in too as well. We love reading the comments on the screen. The kicking situation, because we thought it was all over when Koo was up out of here. Parker Romo was slicing and dicing against the Minnesota Vikings, and then he came out again on Sunday and got sliced. Like, I don't understand what is going on. We just talked about him moving the family down from, wherever they were, Arkansas, Tennessee, I can't remember where they were, to Atlanta. I think they was looking for some property here, so there was going to be in Atlanta for a while. And then sure enough, he goes 0-2, misses 2 bad kicks, and now we have a new kicker in the building who possibly could be starting on Sunday. Week 4, kicking competition battles. Shout out to the player family too as well that checks in with us. We're not going to name drop any names because we don't want people just following random player family too as well. But we do have a lot of player family that watches the podcast. I get text messages and chats all the time from them. You guys have probably been in the chat and seen some of the player family too as well. So big shout out to you all. We don't disrespect the players. We don't disrespect the coaches. We don't disrespect the Falcons. But we keep it 100 when we're talking about this team. Sure enough, I'm sure a lot of those people are doing the same thing. But T. Will, let's talk about this kicking competition battle before we wrap it up. It's the last topic for the day. What is going on and why, T. Will? Because at one point, we were told that we were great on all levels going into preseason, going into week 1. And now Ike Hilliard fired. Koo is up out of here. The new kicker now has his job on the line. people are now throwing Zach Robinson under the bus. I mean, you can kind of sum up everything all in one, T-Will, but start with this kicking competition. And let's turn a negative into a positive. You're really good at that, T-Will. So the floor is yours. For my ATL Sports, one time for the fan. T-Will.
Well, this should have been addressed in the offseason. I've been saying for 2 years that something is wrong with Koo, that either his delivery is off or mentally he
We
just can't.
caught it after the injury. Something's off. We knew
Well,
that. And then
right.
changing the kicking to it. Well, yeah.
I called it at the beginning of last year because his delivery was off, right? And the only time you change your delivery, now he said he changed it to get further and more distance, but I believe he changed it because his hip was injured. Now, again, I don't know that to be true, but what I do know is when you're talking about kicking, it's the same as pitching. You have to have a delivery that is repeatable, that is duplicatable, that you can do every time. And the problem with Koo is that when he tries to push the ball to the right, it veers off to the right. So a lot of kickers, when they kick it, especially if you're soccer style kick it, it's going to go to the right and bend back to the left. You see that a lot, right? And when Koo misses kicks, like that last one that he missed was us, the first kick where they called the timeout, it barely shaved the outside goalpost. It barely got in there. So he says to himself, okay, it barely got in there, right? I need to kick it to the right so it can bend back to the left. And it never bent back. And the reason you see him fall to his knees is because he's expecting it to do that. So either he's been injured so long he can't do it, or his delivery is so off, he doesn't know how to do it or remember how to do it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Or like
Get what
Aaron
I'm
Donald
saying?
said, kickers kick. You have one job. Go out there, kick the ball.
It,
That's
it
it.
is, but you got to have that delivery, right?
Right.
It's like a pitcher who loses a couple of miles an hour on his fastball. You can't throw it down the middle anymore, right? You have to be able to adjust your delivery, and it just doesn't look like Koo's able to do that. But my point is, we should have addressed this in the offseason. We should not be dealing with this week 4 of the season. This should have been addressed. And unfortunately, this is on Raheem. Now, with that being said, look it, we are where we are. Like you say, we got to be positive. If you are fourth in anything under 5 at the 50 or greater, we're going for it. That's
Bro,
just all
you
it is.
got the Cowboys kicker kicking 67 yarders.
And maybe if he has a friend, a brother, sister, even, look, we'll take her. But in the meantime, we got to do it. We got to do what we got to do, Jack. We got to do what we got to do. We're in the here and now, right? So, and you know what? I'm not even going to do that. But the bottom line is, you have to manage to your strengths. You know that you do not have the greatest kicker. Okay. And no disrespect to Romo. He's been here a week. That all respect due. That first kick got up in the wind. Okay. That first kick, that was not on him. The second kick is 56, 57 yards. You know what I mean? We didn't get past the
Which
30.
apparently that was his strength too as well. I don't think he's kicked past 57 yards in his
Right.
time.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But we didn't get past the 30, Jack. So I'm not even gonna put that on him. That is squarely on the offense. We need to score some touchdowns. We need to run that ball. We need to vary some looks. We need to change some things up. We need to throw the ball deep. There's some things the offense, has to do. Just bottom line.
If you
So
go over, big shout out to T-Will for that. If you go and look at the Falcons games this season, or even just look at just any game, if you have, week 1, you lost by a field goal, right? If you go week 2, you lost by a field goal. You go week 3, we lost by a field goal. Okay, we need to start calling out the kicker, right? Let's get him in here. Let's find out what's going on. There's a lot more problems going on right now with the Atlanta Falcons than just the kicker situation. And these problems need to be handled this week. Matter of fact, the week is up. Remember Ryan Cameron used to say, "It's Friday, it's
It's
Friday, it's the
Friday.
end of
It's
the
the end
week
of
and
the
the
weekend
last
of
day.
Friday.
Hey, it's on you. So
Dude,
what
now
you
what
gonna
you gonna
do?"
do? I'm gonna get my kick on. I'm
Right,
gonna get my weekend on.
right.
I'm gonna score 38 points all weekend
All
long.
weekend long.
There
Get your
you go.
kick on. Get your kick on. You remember that? You remember? Everybody
Yeah,
knows that. If you're from
yeah,
Atlanta, you know
yeah, yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. But this week, whatever happened in practice, I, I keep saying it. You can go out there and go 5 for 5 in practice, 10 for 10 in practice. But when you get out there on that field, you go 0 for 2, man. They looking at you differently now.
Hey man, Gary Sheffield said it. Everybody is not a 7 o'clock in the evening player. Now in baseball, they typically play at 7 o'clock in the evening. He said a lot of guys can do it in practice, but everybody can't do it when the lights are on and when it matters. And that's true because think about it, that's a different level of pressure, right?
Right.
That's a different level of pressure, and
Mhm.
everybody cannot deliver. Interesting point. Alberto says keeping it positive, a must win to save the season. Eagles last year started 2-2 and then have a win streak. We can turn it around with a win. Yes, we can. Ron says we need to slap the fire out of Zach Robinson ASAP. And you know, you laugh at that, but Jack, I want to tell you something. Do you know that in Japan, uh, in Major League Baseball, they used to slap their players for real? Like if their players did
Mm.
not deliver, they would get physical. The manager would get physical with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was, you know what I
So
mean? So
what you're saying is we got to bring Jimmy Lake back in here and start,
I'm not
roughen
no.
some people up. Is what you're saying.
Who is that guy for Indiana? Bobby Knight
Was it Bobby Knight
or Ron Artest? It
throwing the
doesn't
chair
matter.
across the court? Yeah, that type of stuff. You need to get like a Bill Parcells in here, somebody who's just gonna fire people up. Bill Cowher. I remember seeing Bill Cowher on TV and it's like, I don't even want to tell that guy hi. I don't want to go over there and be like, hey, how you doing? Like my name is
Oh
how you doing?
wow.
He wouldn't, bro. There were some coaches you'll look at and just be like, holy shit. Even Mike Tomlin sometimes got that look like, do not say nothing to Mike Tomlin.
I like Mike Tomlin.
Don't say
I
nothing to
like
him.
Mike Tomlin. I like
But these
Mike
coaches
Tomlin's
find a
interviews.
way
They're
to get
fun.
it done. And Ron Thomas in here talking about Zach Robinson. Scroll back up to the top of the chat. You will see people calling out Zach Robinson in the play calling. People calling for his job already in week 4. This is not one time for the fan. But to keep it positive here, Alberto said, we do have to have this win to save the season because you don't want to go 1-3, 1-4,
No, you don't.
1-5.
No,
The
you
next
don't.
people, I talked to a fan the other day that said, "Bro, our next win is probably against the Patriots or the Dolphins." And I said, "How could you say that?" And then they said,
Well, I
"Bro,
disagree with
we
that
didn't
because
score
you got a
nothing against
defense.
the little brother up there." Yeah, go team.
No, you got a defense. That's the one thing that this team has that prior Falcons teams have not had. You have a capable defense that can keep you in there. Now, this past weekend, no, our defense was not great, but they were serviceable, right?
I mean, we
They
gave
were
them the
serviceable.
ball. Our mistakes gave Carolina the points. You miss field goal and give them good field position. You're throwing interceptions that's being taken back to the house. You're throwing interceptions that's literally putting them in field goal range and putting them in positions to score. Not to mention Bryce Young. Jesus Christ. Bryce Young, the score was 20-0, I think it was. Bryce Young had 92 yards.
I mean, that's bro. That's bro.
Like, come
I
on.
think he had like 115 total yards passed.
Bro, but even still going to the
That,
other side of the ball,
that's dominance.
Penix
That's
being
dominance on
17
our
for
behalf.
37, 17 for 38.
Yeah,
Something you got to stop it.
yeah,
Make it stop.
yeah.
And just seeing those little stats that pop up on the screen, it just clocks into your memory like, Jesus Christ, boy, we getting beat out here against
Well, I
little
mean,
brother.
we beat ourselves again. Let me bring up this spread. Okay, so
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We're getting ready to wrap it up here in a minute, but we love talking Falcons football with everybody. T-Will.
yeah, he threw for. They had 224 total yards.
Oh, we crushed them on total yards.
They rushed for 110, which means he had 114 passing yards. 114 passing yards. They had 224 yards total. Are you kidding me? Right? We had 300 and what now? Hang on one sec. We had 131 and 201. So we had 332 total yards.
Bro, I
We
heard somebody in the stands on. I don't know if y'all heard it on NFL Fox during the game. Somebody said, "Put Desmond Ritter in." I said, "No, don't you do that. Don't you
stop
do
it.
that.
Stop it.
Don't you
Now,
do such a thing.
oh boy,
How dare you?" But the
you're
fans always
trying to
calling for
wake up
Kirk Cousins to
Kiera.
do it.
I see. You're
Oh
trying to
no,
wake her up.
no. You know,
I
I'm
see
just
you
kidding.
are.
I'm just
Falcons
talking breakfast with one time for the fans.
Falcons rushed for 5.7 yards a carry. Jack, just let that sink in.
Oh, even with
Panthers,
13 for Bijan and 1 for Tyler?
right. Panthers rushed for 3.7 yards. So we stopped the run. We held them under 4 yards per carry. They didn't pass it, but for 114. What in the hell happened that we lost this game? That's so if it's anything that's positive, that is positive. We really beat ourselves. They didn't beat us. They did not outgain us. They did not outpossess us. We turned the ball over and we were inept on offense. And I think we can clean that up.
I tell you
So
what is positive about this, or I was positive about Sunday. My golf game. Me and my boy
ah
Malcolm went out there and won this
ah
scramble against Kels and Jerry. Kels and
oh
Jerry, you're probably
wow.
watching right now. Big shout out to you all. But hey, man, sometimes when things don't happen on the field, you got to take it to the greens.
You got
You
to
got to
take it
take
to
it
the
to the
green, man.
links.
You got to make it
You
happen
know,
off the field.
that's what I'm getting ready to go do in a couple of minutes. Go warm up at the driving range because we got a big game of 18 holes today, and we're working on this tournament coming up in a
Oh,
couple
you
of weeks.
guys are doing 18 today.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, man. You know, we kind of get it in. Tomorrow my son got his football game. Like I said, third place versus first place. The team that they're playing is undefeated. And like I told my son, bro, this is 8th grade. Win or lose, get off that field healthy. Do your job, get off that field healthy. Because we already know what the bigger goal is. Now next year, see what I haven't been talking to you about it. Country knows we've been working on his edge rushing and pass rushing skills because he plays middle linebacker next year. Next year, he knows what the goal is when he gets to 9th grade. He said he's going to be the best damn pass rusher that has ever been seen coming out of the school that he's going to. I don't want to mention the school just yet because, you know, he's doing some thing, big dog, you know what I mean? But it's crazy when you got an 8th grader who's getting ready to go to high school and he has to pick his high school. Because I told you 4 years from now, you're getting ready to sit in that room as a senior and pick your college. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So even for his level of where he's at, and he saw that game, he was with me the other day too watching that game, and he was like, Dad, what do we say about this on the podcast? And I'm like, we gonna tell the fans what we see. It's 30-0, boy. What you want me to do? I can't
What you
sugarcoat it.
want me to do?
Gotta tell you the straight. I gotta go talk to the fans and tell them straight up, man.
Gotta do it.
Miss Banks is in here too as well. Sad facts. For T Will, for myself, even Miss Carrie, we're upset. But we're not out of it.
Carrie
DA
was.
Hunter said it
Oh my
earlier.
God.
This week Carrie's been going off. I'm glad you guys saw
Carrie
her for like
was.
a couple minutes
Let me
today.
tell you something.
Carrie's been
I was
going
worried
off.
about Carrie. I was
Right.
worried about Carrie because she went
Right.
off.
Right.
She
He said Nathan said going to Milton or Buford. Buford is a little bit out there, man. You know, we'd love to get him at Buford. You know, the just everything that Buford has. I think would be a great program for him, especially in high school. Academics is first. There's a couple schools right now that's near my area that I don't want to put him in because I know there's a lot of off the field school issues. And when you're raising a kid that's in, you know, getting ready to be this athlete that he wants to be, you got to put him in the right school. So, you know, there's some programs out here. I went to a school too as well that's not around the corner that has a great football program. You know, and we'll see what he wants to do. But of course, you know, we it's gonna happen. You know, if he wants to get into that mode, I said, man, we can go get some high school merch and kind of create like a signing day for you. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I want him to feel that environment, feel that atmosphere. But once this season's over for him in middle school, bro, it's all training all day. But we've been working on edge rushing and outside linebacker skills all day. He's a starting middle linebacker right now for his team. But we are working on edge rush, edge rush, edge rush. He was watching James Pierce Jr. film damn near 4 times this week. Literally every highlight, every pass rush skill James Pierce Jr. has. And Country, of course, you know, we got saying Uncle Country. He's been saying a lot of things, you know, to motivate him and get him ready. Because Country, if you guys don't know, he got a family member that's playing ball and doing some big things. He got some more people that he knows that's coming up to as well. So, you know, so it's all about getting them right at an early age. I wish I was in his shoes right now because I'd tell you what exactly I'd be doing. But I'm not in his shoes, and I'm a proud football dad. But shout out to Nathan in the chat too as well. Chat is live. Chat is lit, man. It's always great to talk Falcons football with everybody. We've already went over some of the negatives of the Atlanta Falcons lost to little brother. T-Will, let's wrap this up, man. Let's get positive with these Falcon fans. How bad are we going to beat the Commanders? What do we need to do to beat the Commanders? For those that just jumped into the chat, I think we said a little bit earlier, but for me, man, time of possession, you got to control the clock playing against the Commanders. You got to make sure defense gets Jaden Daniels off the field. Another thing I've been seeing too as well: 3rd down and 6, 3rd down and 7. These 3rd and longs. The quarterback finds some way to scramble out. You know what I'm saying, and get up the field for a first down, or find somebody wide open down the field for a first down. We got to be able to get them off the field, and let's not forget about the punting situation. We did mention special teams, but Bradley Penny, you got to tack it back there, bro. You got to tack it back there, bro. I'm watching people in college and high school kick 70, 80 yards, bro. You got to tack it back there. And then for the Carolina Panthers with this dirty kicking scheme that they did, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but they were kicking like sidewinders to land at the 30 and the 20, so it drops early and spins a different way. So whatever the Falcons had set up special teams-wise, they didn't give them a chance to get any room back on the kick return yards or the punt return yards. And that was kind of disappointing because, we want to see somebody take it to the house. But also the Falcons are trying out different people in different spots. On the TV, you notice that? Natron Brooks is catching it. Raven McLeod is catching it. Nathan Carter had it a couple times. D. Offer was back there. Like, is that a situation that we're looking at too as well, T. Will? The special teams, I thought, don't forget, Jamal Agnew was supposed to be the guy, but he's injured. Right? We haven't even seen Agnew. So, T-Will, please, man, give us some positivity, man. I don't know if you have to get your Bible out and put your robe on, but do what you got to do here, T-Will. Let's uplift the fans before we get up out of here. And Nathan said, watch other teams start doing it. I do think teams will start doing the same thing like the Panthers do. Don't give them no chance to get yards back on an open kick. He said rugby style. Kick it short so that way it goes left, it goes right. You have people running into each other. Hell, we couldn't even get the damn ball a couple times when it was kicked to the ground. So T-Will, give us some positivity here, man. Not only for the team, but for the fan base, because the Falcons, Commanders at the Benz, 1:00 Sunday for my ATL Sports, man. Take it away.
Positivity. The numbers say we can't be that bad again. So, look it. It was a convergence of circumstances. Yes, we were bad, but there were elements at play. Sometimes it's just not your day, right? Sometimes it's just not your day. Guys couldn't make catches that they normally catch. We couldn't field the ball. We couldn't kick the ball. Probabilities say we will not be that bad again. Even in the worst of situations, our defense held firm. That is a positive. We will be playing at home. Hopefully, the fans that are there that support Atlanta will make noise at the appropriate time. I think we will be okay. It's kind of difficult to do that knuckleball kick in a dome stadium. I don't think you're going to get the wind resistance. I don't think it's going to move. There's not going to be any current in there. So, again, I tend to think Falcons will probably win this one. If I had to put a score to it, I'm going to say 23-17 Falcons. We got to get up. We look to your point, Jack. We got to get off the field. 3rd down. We got to be able to run the ball, Zach Robinson. We got to be able to get
the ball to Tyler. Who said that?
Yes, give the ball to Tyler and Bijan. Let Bijan run it about 15 times. Let Tyler.
Bijan.
I thought he said it was Bijan. Didn't he come back and say it was Bijan?
I mean, can we?
He said he liked Bijan. He said he did it for his mother.
Okay.
But he liked Bijan. So,
okay.
Bijan.
Shout out to Mama Robinson, too, now.
Mama Robinson, indeed. Hey, I don't want you to be mad at me, Mama.
Shout out Mama Robinson now.
It's your world. But, hey, let's let Bijan run it 15 times. Let's let Tyler run it 10 times. Let's get some play action going. Let's vary our looks in the passing game and the offense. Let's get out there, score about 26 points, and or 30 or whatever we need.
Let's get a win. Miss Banks said it. Let's get a win.
Let's get a win. Let's do it. That's right, Miss Banks. Let's get a win. Let's do it.
Fans, you got to hit that like. You got to hit that share. You got to hit that subscribe button. The Benz fans, let's do our job. Let's do our job, Sunday fans. Right? Get in the Benz. Get in there early. Get to your seats. Make some noise. Stand up on your feet. Make some noise.
Don't tell folks to sit down on 3rd down. Make some noise.
Gosh, I would never forget that when Eric Parker said a Falcon fan A Falcon fan telling another Falcon fan to sit down on
Probably had
third
his Sunday best
down.
on. The Falcon fan that told him to sit down probably had his Sunday best on,
Notice
right?
my eyes are closed when I said that because I'm crying on the inside. I don't want you to see the tears fall off my face, but I'm crying on the inside as I say that.
The
A
tracks of your
Falcon
tears.
fan telling another Falcon fan on third down to
Hmm.
please sit down.
Falcons were on defense, by the way, on third down. So you're supposed to make noise so the offense can't get the play. That's
Right.
that's fanhood 101, right?
Right.
So, let's come out there and have our priorities together, Falcons fans. Those of you that are going, hey man, on third down when we're on defense, stand up and scream like hell.
Here's the
Maybe
thing. It
get a
doesn't
penalty.
have to be third down.
I get it.
I've been to 20 stadiums. Minnesota, same thing. New Orleans, same thing. Cincinnati, Seattle, Cleveland. I've been there. It's not just third down for them. They're on their feet first down.
Mm-hmm.
They're on their feet second down. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, the other team got a first down. Hey, y'all, we need to make more noise. They got 4 more downs. I've been there. We have to start doing that. But don't forget, no diss here, but we too fly and flashy, man. We too. What down is it? All right, big down. Take this up, big down. Yeah, man. Yeah, let me tell you about this poker game we got Tuesday. Oh, that's a sack. Oh yeah, man. Who got the sack? Oh, okay. Who's number 27? Okay, let me tell you about this poker game, big dog. Stop all that shit, man. I've been to these stadiums. I told y'all when I went to Cincinnati, man. When I told the fans behind me, hey, I'm gonna be standing up all game. I went to Cincinnati a couple years ago for the Beige Bandit. And you know who that is. But then again, he didn't play. That was Mariota game. But sure enough, we was all hyped to see, number 9 get in the game. We thought it was gonna happen, didn't happen. But we lost that game. But I remember when I got to my seats, and there's Bengals fans everywhere. Bengals fans, there's nothing to do in Cincinnati. They're gonna show up to their game, straight up. So Bengals fans, I turn around, and there's like a bunch of fans, and I'm like, hey y'all, I just want to introduce myself. I'm a diehard fan. I want to let y'all know that I'm going to be on my feet. I'm going to be making noise. I'm going to be proud and loud to support my team. And don't forget, I'm from Atlanta. So, I'm a different breed. I see y'all, but I'm a different breed. And the fan sitting down looks at me. T-Will, you remember the story. The fan sitting down looks at me. And he says, oh, don't worry. That won't be a problem. He straight face, no smiles, nothing. That won't be a problem, man.
That won't be a problem at all. That was Cincinnati, right?
Cincinnati. A couple years ago, we lost. I can't remember. It was 28 something. I can't remember. But I'm sitting there, right? First down. First quarter. I turn around. T-Will, look. I turn around. T-Will, everybody's standing up. So I said, all right, they probably just do this like college. Once they, score or whatever, everybody's going to sit down. Right, T-Will?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck no. Third quarter, T-Will. Everybody standing up. Ask the fans who went to that Bengals game a couple years ago. Nobody sat down. Everybody standing up making noise. Ask the fans who went with me to Seattle a couple years ago when we beat the Seattle Seahawks. When Gino was there that time. When we beat the Seahawks in Seattle like week 3, week 4. Everybody was up on their feet.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's
that goes back to self-esteem versus confidence, right? Because the fans who have devout belief in their team, they have high self-esteem with their team. The fans that have high confidence, they have confidence as long as they're winning, and if they start losing, then they're disinterested, which is why they dress up and come to the game. Their priorities are wrong anyway.
Priorities are totally different when it comes to the Falcons game. I need that hockey environment. I'm guessing cities that have like hockey teams to have like a different feel to it, because I can see in Minnesota, them is damn near hockey fans at that Viking stadium. Like they're just rowdy in general. They're like, let's go. Like you get ready to see these fans run on the field, for God's sakes. Right? And that's what I need with my fan base. I need a fan base that's turned. I don't want to hear that we're lit only for week 1 and then the rest of the season is like, if we're winning, we'll show up. Bro,
Right.
I done been to stadiums where teams are losing out the ass and they still packed and they crowded in there because they believe in their team. And, you know, I do think that this Falcon team will get over the hump. I do think that the Falcon team will go ahead and get the job done this Sunday. And they have a long season ahead. I'm not counting out the playoffs. I'm not counting out winning the division because I do think we're going to win the division. The Bucks have a tough schedule coming up too as well. And it starts Sunday against the Eagles. And I think the Eagles go in there and they roll the Bucks. A lot of injury problems they're dealing with over there too as well. I think the Panthers get rolled too. And the Saints are just goddamn sorry. They just suck. The Saints are the worst team in football right now.
They
and
are
they played the Bills Sunday.
Hooters.
Here's the problem. They played the Bills Sunday. And we know what's going to happen. They just left Seattle for that whooping. Now they got to fly across the country. Don't stop in New Orleans for the king cake. Don't stop in New Orleans for the crawfish. Head straight to Buffalo and get whooped, get worked on this Sunday. Because I already know
they're going to Buffalo, Warden.
They getting water, baby. Baby. Baby.
They're going to Buffalo, Water.
Baby. And I felt so bad. I've been talking so much trash to the Saints social media team on Twitter and stuff. And then I just couldn't say nothing on Sunday. I just left it. But guess what? I'll be back. Remember after we did that parade in New Orleans last year and they retweeted my shit and they tagged me. It was like, go ahead and walk back. Go ahead. March back to Atlanta with that loss. All right, bet. I got y'all ass. I got y'all. I ain't forget. But, you know, we turn out, man. You know how it is, man. The one time for the fan. Everywhere we go, we just have a good time. We got to give a big shout out to, you know, fans with the Rise Up Tour fan club. When they travel and they put on these events and have a good time, you know, I want fans to make sure that, you know, people know that we do have a fan base, right? And when you see us on the road, when you see us at home, totally different fan bases. But we got some tough games ahead, and hopefully the Falcons can get back on track so that way we can go ahead and get these dubs and give people this work. Because I think Carlos said it in the chat. People are looking at us on the schedule like, bro, we finna dub them. We finna beat them. And
they're looking at us like the get right team.
Right. And somebody on the radio said it the other day. It was like, no matter how many games you win at the end of the season, somebody's going to be like, the Panthers dubbed y'all 30-0. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need that in this fan. I don't need this in this organization.
I don't care.
Right? Don't forget, you got to resign some people now. We didn't even get to that part yet.
But at the end of the day, man, if you make the playoffs, nobody's going to care. Because you know, look, you can lose to anybody as long as you're the last team standing. That's all that matters.
Right.
The Giants won the Super Bowl the year they went 9-7. So I mean, one game does not a season make. Right? It's one game. We didn't play well. That might end up being a blessing in disguise because those young guys can look at themselves and say, I'm never going to let that happen again. So it can be
don't mention just the young guys. We got veterans in there too as well.
Absolutely. But I mean, again, it depends on the approach that they take. Look, this could be the best thing in the world that happens to that team. If everybody tells you you're great, right? Well, let me just say it like this. Whenever my wife and I choose a church, I don't want the young pastor just coming out of seminary school because he ain't been through nothing. He ain't been through any storms, right? Everything with you is theory.
He just passes around the plate and says, just give
right,
money.
Right. Give me that old pastor that's been through some things, that's lost some folks, right? That's had to stand up to mama and daddy and give them a reason when there's no reason. Give me that pastor that it's been too much month at the end of that money and you got to make it and you don't know how, and it's an exercise in faith. Give me that pastor that has to look some mamas in the house in their face and be like, I don't know why your boy didn't make it, but it's going to be all right. Give me that pastor because he's experienced adversity. You get what I'm saying? You can go with young and pretty. You can go with young and new suit. But I tell you what, you go through a real storm. I'm not talking about the stuff that people can help you with, right? It's 4 things that if you go through in life, people scatter like roaches. Get sick, lose a lot of money, gain a lot of money, or go through a scandal. And you'll really find out who your circle is. you'll really find out who's with you. That's what I'm talking about, right? I'd rather have somebody that's gone through it. And the point, because there is a point that I'm trying to make, is I'd rather go through it now, right? So look, Falcons, you get that loss out of the way. That's okay. You know
Right.
how it feels. You
Right.
took your medicine. You
Right.
got humbled. Let's come back. Let's refocus. Let's get it.
Hey, Falcon fans, let's go ahead and clap it up for T. Will. I was getting ready. Take me.
Oh,
You know, that's why
you're too much.
we told Bodie you can finish the backyard, then you can come back. But Falcon fans,
Oh
hit that like,
wow.
share, and subscribe button.
Oh wow.
Full proof too as well, man. If y'all haven't seen Bodie's
Bodie,
podcast with the crew
great
over
show.
there, Boo Man shouted, Bird guy, the bird guy.
Bird somebody. Boo Man Shawty
He
and
called me this morning too as well. I
Bodie.
just call him Matthew. Big shout out to Birdman. Big shout out to Boo Man. Big shout out to Bodie 3000.
Bodie
Full
3000.
proof. Hit it up on YouTube. Type in 404 proof. They keep it Atlanta. They talking culture. They talking music, entertainment, sports. Of course, when you see Bodie over here, man, we talking Falcons. So big shout to Bodie 3000. T-Wo, let's go ahead and get these shout outs out the way, man, because I think we did a great job on the podcast this morning. You know, we did have to vent a little bit. We haven't been live for almost a week now. Missed 2 shows this week dealing with a lot, but guess what? We're right back to it when it comes to One Time for the Fans. So T-Will, let's get to these shout outs, man, and we go ahead and wrap this thing on up. We can go ahead and enjoy our Falcon Friday.
Amen. Well, hey, man, life be life, and we certainly understand, Jack. The point is not quantity, but it's the quality that we deliver. And I truly feel like this morning has been quality. So, hey, it's okay. As long as when you're on, hey, man, we are delivering, we are entertaining, we are having a good time, and we are fellowshipping with these fans. So, first and foremost, speaking of priorities, to everyone in the chat who joined us, we want to extend a very hearty, wholehearted thank you. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be with us. We are eternally grateful. We cannot thank you enough as we go and transition through this season with you. We want you to know we wouldn't want to do it without you because it just wouldn't be any fun. So thank you to each and every one of you who decided to join us. I thank God for sending all of y'all in our path. Mr. Jack Spade, sir, you are responsible for giving my start in this business. I am eternally grateful. You and Eric Parker, I cannot thank you enough. Last but not least, I want to thank God for waking me up this morning. If you guys want to see me, you can see me at For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Again, the number 4, the number 1, For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube, and For My ATL Movies on YouTube, as we will be doing Spider-Man, the first one, Saturday, and I think later on today I'm going to do the movie Him. So check out your boy. Again, thank you for all who joined. Jack, it's on
I
you,
heard
sir.
some not getting into too much to it. I mean, I'm a Jordan Peele guy, but some disappointing reviews from him. I'm guessing they did the same that they did for a lot of his other movies. People don't really understand the the behind the scenes aspect of the movie too as well. I think people just see Marlon Wayne's, flipping a role that people probably never saw before with Marlon Wayans. But Jordan Peele, he's a mastermind behind some of this stuff. And then the funny thing about it, when you go back and watch the movie a second time or the third time or like a year from now, you kind of get it. You know what I'm saying?
You're definitely going to need to do that.
Right.
Well, first and foremost, Miss Constignia, condolences to your father. I lost both of my parents, so I definitely can understand and empathize. And look, we just want to extend you all the love in the world, because right now I know you need it. I lost my mother about almost a year and a half ago. I lost my father in 2020. I think about them every day, as I am sure you will think about your father. But guess what? Your father is no longer suffering. And I just got a good feeling he is in heaven right now, looking down on you and just so proud. So it is going to be okay. It's going to hurt. I'm not going to lie. You never get over it. You learn to manage it. And I want you to know that we are praying for you.
Right. Fans in the
Back.
chat, go ahead and drop your hearts or your
Yes.
your loving emojis to Miss
Yeah.
Banks here. Of course, you see what's going on.
Yeah.
In her situation, everybody's life is totally different. So big shout out to Miss Banks. Thank you for even joining us here on One Time for the Fan. And
Yeah.
if this helped you today get by, hey, we're here for you. Like
Yes.
T Will can tell you, man. He's been on this podcast for a minute, and even having these conversations with T Will last year, and seeing what T Will is now. T Will is he's an outstanding, phenomenal friend. And of course, not even just podcaster and content creator. Like once we cut the mic off, we talk about a lot of things. So big
Yeah,
shout out to Miss Banks too as well. And
definitely.
we're always here. We don't just talk football. You know what I'm saying? So if you have to reach out to us, reach out to us. And a lot of
Definitely.
fans have expressed a lot of things that they're going through in the chat, and the chat has responded. So chat, if you're here, man, just respond to Miss Banks. She's going through a time right now. I think we're we can include everyone to give her that love that she needs. And big shout out to you, Miss Banks. T Will. Three Dirties in the chat too as well. Just jumped in.
3:30.
We up
Hey
out
man,
3:30, but
bruh,
good to see you,
bruh.
man.
3:30 told me he was 60 something. I don't believe it. Now I'm gonna tell you something.
Mm.
3:30 walked up to me. I was at a Falcons game last year. That dude looked 30. Like he looks great. When I
Mhm.
say great, he looks Island Mike great. Like the
Sheesh.
dude who walked up, he couldn't have been more than 30. And this dude told me he was 60 something. I'm
Right.
55, looks 68. I need to know what his secret is. I'm just saying. I need to know what his secret
Right.
is. What up, 3:30? Hey, in all seriousness, guys, look it. When I lost my mom, I would not have gotten through this without Jack, without Carrie, without Bodie, without Country, without A1, without Uncle Steve, without all of the fans in the chat. You guys just kept encouraging me and reaching out to me. And so please, let's do the same for Miss Constignia. As you know, hey, when you lose a parent, I mean that's like losing a part of yourself. So I just want you to know, Miss Constignia, we love you. We're gonna love on you. We're gonna pray for you, and it is going to be okay. And I promise you. And I see you. I'm 53. I'm 55. Okay. Well, I'll be
2 man.
55
55.
in November. You
T
said
but
what?
you're going back in age. You're 55. You're turning 54 your next birthday, right? If I'm not
Uh-uh.
mistaken.
I wish. Oh, you talk about that Benjamin Button. Oh, she said her parents were married for 55 years. That's a
It's a blessing.
blessing.
It's a beautiful
That
thing.
is a blessing.
It's a
Yeah,
beautiful
man.
thing.
That is a
Falcon
beautiful.
fans,
Yeah.
let's hit that like, share, and subscribe button. First time here, head over to YouTube, checking in from Facebook, checking in from Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon. One time for the fan on YouTube, one time for the fan on Facebook, one time for the fan Twitter. I myself, Jack Spade, you can find me on Facebook too as well. Instagram, one time for the fan. Like we talk to Falcon fans all the time. So feel free to give us a follow. Feel free to, like I said, like, share, subscribe. Thank you all for just being a part of this today. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Content creators, pull it up. You got A1 Forever. Make sure you head over to A1. And A1 doesn't just talk Falcons, man. He's talking all sports. So you
Yeah,
can head over to A1 and get a lot, especially with the Hawks. Hey, let me tell you something. The Braves and Atlanta United probably put their sacrifice on for the Atlanta Hawks because we got to go crazy this year.
yeah, man.
The Hawks about to go crazy. So big shout out to A1. Big shout out to Berto too as well. Big shout out to Smitty that joined us today. Uncle Steve's Lounge that joined us today. And of course, for the fans that's watching now and going to watch later, listening now is going to listen later. Thank you all. Got to give a big shout out to Go Dogs. Them dogs
Go
tomorrow,
down.
boy. Ooh, wait.
Go
Do they
down.
have a matchup on them against the Alabama Crimson Tide? Yes, they do. 7:30 between the hedges in Athens, man. We don't talk too much dogs here, but we all dogs fans. Go Dogs.
Go down.
Kirby. Hey,
Is
the world
Alabama
is watching,
is
Kirby.
Alabama 0-2? Are they 0-2 or
No,
what are they?
they beat Wisconsin and some other team the other day, so they are. I think they're back up there, but they're still like ranked 19. I think it is 20, or 18, 16, wherever they are. Excuse me, they damn sure ain't the Dogs. But Kirby, the world is watching tomorrow, primetime game. So big shout out to the Dogs. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Falcon fans, man, go ahead and talk more Falcons football in a positive way. Don't go into the weekend the same way you left last weekend, right? We saw what happened Sunday at 1. We got to Monday, we got to Tuesday, we got to Wednesday. Every conversation you damn near had, there was a bit of negativity about this person, uncertainty about this person,
Yes.
and this guy's going to keep his job, or do we fire him? And bro, let's just get away from that right now. Let's
all of it.
prepare to go beat Washington. That's
Yeah.
what we're focused on. Let's prepare to go beat Washington, and then we'll take the rest from there. One time for the fan, probably back Sunday night, after a big win. Them boy get to drinking, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you might not be able to make the podcast, you know what I'm saying? But there will be a podcast between now and Wednesday. It's normally Sundays at 8, Wednesdays at 8. But you'll probably see us Monday or Tuesday. If not, you will see us back Wednesday night at 8 talking Falcons football. And then next week, Friday, breakfast one time for the fan as we have our bye week going on. We got a lot happening here, Falcon fans. Some special guests is going to be joining us too as well. Fans guests that you probably saw before, and some new first time guests too as well. So hat goes off to all who's going to be joining one time for the fan. Of course, we're from the fan for the fan, and this is what we love to do: talking Falcons. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. We started around 9:30 or so. Look where we're at. Like we talked about a little bit of everything, right? And we're going to go out there. We're going to go beat the Commanders. No need for me to give a score prediction. Go and beat the Commanders. Just go and beat them. I don't care if it's 22-21. I don't care if it's 4-3. Go and beat the Commanders because we need this win. Fans have called it a must-win game. It is definitely a must-win game. Going to the bye 2-2 that you can feel good because you have a very tough schedule coming back after the bye. Fans are probably thinking, hey, man, we're going to get some teams that's losing and they're not on track and they're not looking well. That doesn't look like the case coming out the bye. It looks like we got some playoff teams ahead of us. The next 3 teams we're playing is playoff teams. Falcons have missed the playoffs the past 7 years. You want to make the playoffs? You got to beat these teams. You lost to the Panthers, who ain't shit. They ain't been to the playoffs in years. You have to go beat these playoff teams coming up. And right now you got 1, 2, 3. Probably the Colts might make it because that AFC South is garbage. Seattle, they're going to be fighting with the Rams in them out there. Arizona, possibly. I mean, you got some games ahead of you. Miami's going to be a dub. Patriots going to be a dub. But you got some games that's coming up that you got to be careful for. But as a Falcon fan, stand up, rise up, be proud, be loud to represent your team. Don't go slap nobody. I tell you, please don't go slap nobody.
Don't do it.
Please. Just remain calm. And like my boy Dirty Bird Central said, just relax. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, subscribe button. T-Will, shout out to you too as well. Shout out to Kerry. Shout out to Bodie 3000. We are up out of here. T-Will, rise up, big dog.